please do so. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Much love, family. Drop some fire in the chat. Let's get excited. I'm so ready. I know we do have some other leaders joining us tomorrow. So this is just the very first call of our 90-day pre-launch. I'm so excited. Monique, over to you, Queen.
Well, thank you, Queen. I appreciate you so much and appreciate everybody for hopping on. I know, Sunday is more of a relaxed, chill day for me. It's my unwind day to get my vibes right, ready for the week. So I appreciate everybody hopping on tonight and taking that time out to put this first and, to be committed to growing this. Like, Meaghan said earlier, it's collectively, we're leaning in together as a community, and that's how we build momentum. So I want to just share a little bit about myself. My name is Monique Martinez. I'm out here in Cali. And I love it out here, but it's super expensive. And that is going to lead right into my story that got me looking into a platform very similar to this with a smart contract a little over a year ago. Me and my husband had bought a house. My husband's a Purple Heart Marine, disabled, 100% disabled through the VA. So I am his caregiver. So, we had bought in a house, we were living, a little paycheck to paycheck, but, we were getting by. And just things started happening in our life that we had to sell our home. We were behind in our mortgage about 4 months. And it was a really dark time for me. I was doing network marketing at the time. I got so severely depressed that I literally completely turned off all my social media accounts. Everything I had worked for years of building my social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook, I deleted them because I just went through a depression. We lost everything. We had to sell our home. Me and my 3 kids, plus our 2 dogs, one of them being pregnant, we had to go stay at my mother-in-law's house in one room. So all of us were just sitting in there, in one room, living in there. So we went from our own house to that. It was really hard for me. And it just made me severely depressed. And so I completely shut down. I turned off all my social media accounts for about 9 months and then decided I wanted to come back. And I was jumping back into a network marketing field. And I just felt like it just wasn't doing what I needed it to do fast enough. Again, we were all living in one room. We had 2 big queen beds in one room, me and my kids and my husband and our 2 dogs. And so, we had lived there for a little over a year trying to save money so we can get out of our situation. And so when I came across this like crypto thing, I saw my friend posting about it. She had I literally was watching her for a week. And at first I was very skeptical, like, oh my God, yeah, right. She can't be making that. By the time she made 10K, it was her first week. And I was like, enough, I need to message her. I don't even care what she's doing. Even if she's selling oranges on the side, I don't care. I got to do this. And so I messaged her and she sent me a video. I'm not one to watch videos at all. I'm like squirrel. I can't pay attention that long. But when she told me I saw how much she made. And then she was like, my friend made 100K in 3 months. You have to check out this video. Best believe I watched that 45-minute video from beginning to end. And by that time I said, sign me up. I don't know anything about crypto. I'm not an expert. I just need to be a part of this because I saw what you made. And I literally broke down in tears and told her about my situation. I said, I need to get out of this situation. It's messing with my vibes. It's hard for, I'm depressed. My children were depressed. My boys would always cry and be like, why can't we just move back home? And it was hard for them to tell me as a parent to tell them why we couldn't move back home, that, things in life were just happening. So I jumped in. Within my first month, I made my 6 figures, which was crazy to me because I've always been a little hustler. I got a little hustle in me. I don't mind putting in the work, but I've never made 6 figures in my first month and a half in anything I have ever done in any network marketing company I have ever done. I never made that type of income. So it was like life-changing super fast. And the fact that I was learning as I was earning, because I was earning at that time Ethereum, seeing the market going up and really getting an idea of how cryptocurrency works, seeing the fluctuation, one minute it's down and then it goes up, and all of a sudden your profits that are sitting in your virtual wallet is going up. So your money is making more money. It was something I'd never seen before in my entire life, but I became instantly obsessed because I was like, holy cow, I've never in 4 months or 5 months into that run, I had made well over $500,000. I moved my family into this gorgeous house in Kelly. It's $1 million home. It's in a gated community. I never lived like this. I came from welfare. My mom and my dad were heroin addicts for 20 plus years. And I just lived in really horrible situations until I was adopted by my aunt, my uncle, and they gave me, my sister, a better life. But, I didn't come from money. So to all of a sudden to have this type of money and to provide this for my children, an environment to live in this gorgeous home and, have this money, it just was so new to me that I almost, I did make some bad money decisions with it, but I really feel like coming into this space, you start learning real quick about financial literacy, how to make your money work for you. It really is an encompass of learning and growing and shifting. Like, that's why Meaghan is going to come on here and share a little bit afterwards, after me and Selena share, but she's going to share about that mindset, because you really do have to shift. You really have to be prepared for that type of wealth. And this is generational wealth, because I'll tell you, a little over a year ago, we did that run. I am still paying for my rent and all our bills with that run. And that's just crazy to me that, it really provided this whole lifestyle change. And that is why I am personally super excited about, LXP, everything that it has to offer. Because in our last run, it was just a smart contract. This is a smart contract, education. We have a bot. I mean, there's just so much value here. And if I can make $500,000 in my last run with Ethereum, with just a smart contract, could you imagine the possibilities here with a smart contract, with the financial literacy, the crypto education, and then that bot coming? I mean, it's like we really do have a gold man. And I will tell you, after my run with my other platform, I cried. We prayed, most of us on the team, we prayed for another opportunity to run with a crypto platform like this, because we knew the power of it. It didn't just change my life, but so many other people's lives were changing within months, like literally completely life-changing in months. So that's my little story. Super thankful to be here. I'm obsessed with all things crypto. And I know once you guys start running and seeing the power of this, you will be too. And you're going to want to learn all the things. And I will tell you this, you are going to learn so much that, not only are you creating generational wealth, but you're going to be able to teach that to your children's children. So Selena, I'm going to hand this to Selena Jackson.
Well, hello.
What's good,
Wealth
Jackson?
Movement. What's going on?
Hey,
Hi,
Queen.
I am like super, super, super grateful to be here. I am happy to be a part of this phenomenal crew and team. I say, I've always been the leader that I say, I'm no man left behind, and I don't never leave no one behind if I can help it anyway. If I did, I apologize in advance. But anyway, a little bit about myself, people. My name is Selena Action Jackson. I actually got it from my social media back in like 2010 when I first started doing online marketing. I was a Team Beachbody coach at the time, and I learned how to build a big network online. But what's really phenomenal is in 2017, I kind of had a story where, I'm telling you guys, how many people, I'm just asking you guys, have a story where you felt you almost hit rock bottom and you didn't know where you was going to go or where you was going to turn, like Monique Martinez did, and like myself did. I had a situation where I think I only had $99 left to my name, and I took action with a program. It's so, you'll be surprised at what a little money can do. And literally off that $99, and 4 months later, I created $100,000 a month for myself, and I was able to invest in the cryptocurrency market and hear about all these wonderful programs out here. And I was able to really take myself to another level. This is the beauty about this industry. People, people always say, "Is that thing, or is that pyramid, or is that?" But what they don't realize is that lack of education is keep a lot of people down, and especially if you're not being educated on the largest financial markets on the planet. And right now, we all know the $1 trillion a year industry, no, a day. Did I say a year? Oh my God, a day. And then the cryptocurrency market, right? Which is like, wait. So now we're going to the cryptocurrency markets, which is catching up very fast. And now, how many people would have loved to have known 10, 15? I wish when I was 25 years old, I would have knew about this. I probably would be a multi-billionaire or a trillionaire, because the thing about it is people always say what they would have wish they would have known back then. Well, guess what? You have a chance to know it now. And I'm still alive and living. As long as you're alive and well, if you happen to be alive and well, I'm happy to be alive and well in the chat, right? So I was also able to make my first, in 2017, when I was introduced to cryptocurrency, my first 6 figures. And I had never in my life made 6 figures online. Come on now. I worked job for years, and just goodness, just last year alone, I made more in 1 year than I've done in all my life put together. Okay. How many people can honestly say that? But we're going to give you guys an opportunity to tell the same story of where you at now and where you are about to be at within the next 90-day run. When I say we about to run, is y'all ready or what? Let's freaking go. We've been waiting on it. We launched for the new ones, or of course, let me tell you something. Every time you launch a company, you're always gonna have some. It ain't a company I know in planet Earth hardly. And they need to go into the business Forbes for having a perfect launch. Okay, it ain't never happened. Not in my doggone 15, 20 years of business. Even commercial locations have setbacks. I know y'all done heard some of those stories. So the bottom line is that, okay, you have it, you recover, and you just go ham once you know what you got to do, right? And that's where we are at right now. We are ready to take this thing to the moon. We're about to repeat history. Whatever you did before, let's do it again. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm gonna turn it back over to Miss Fabulous Meaghan Monroe. Who was hosting? Monique? Well, who?
It's a joint venture over here, just like
just going to love it.
It's a joint venture. I'm gonna see. Okay, let me see who we got here, because I need one more story. Really quick. I see. Who do I see? Christy, are you there?
You don't have your camera.
I can talk for a second.
Okay, let me go ahead. So, Christy, I need you to share with us a little bit about your situation and what it was like for you to transition into this opportunity, and how excited you are and the impact it's just had in the little bit of amount of time that you've been here. I know that I've seen your name on that leaderboard a time or 2 or 4 or 5. I know you've got a killer team, but I would also love for you to share a little bit about what, put you in the situation where you were open-minded to something like this, and how this has affected you so far, and how excited you are for this 90-day run. And then we are going to kick it off with a little presentation, 3 to 5 minutes, please, Queen. I appreciate you.
Hey, my name is Christy Jensen. Super excited to be here tonight. I didn't know I was going to speak, but you know what? You got to always be ready. And that's the thing in life. And with me, I have been in network marketing actually for a long time. And I've been put in several different situations where companies have gone out of business and things just didn't feel right. And so when this came along, I saw my girls just, lining up and getting things done. And I just saw it as an opportunity right now. You don't have to really do anything. You don't have to sell a product. All we're doing is helping people get better in life. And that's what I like, is that we can just go out. We don't have to worry about somebody shipping a product to someone in order to make money. And this is cryptocurrency, and it's what everyone's going to be turning to, and people are going to be coming to you as the expert, even if you don't know what you're doing or you've never done crypto, which I have never done. I've invested, but I've never done like a crypto run. So this is my first time. So you don't have to be scared. Just, if I can do it, you can do it. That's what I try to tell people. I've never, transferred things to wallets. I've never done it, all that kind of stuff, but now I'm teaching people how to do it. So I just want you guys to know that don't be scared to share this, because that's how I was. I was like thinking I had to be an expert because I'm one of those type of people that I want to know everything. But you just have to jump in with both feet and just share it and know that you can change someone's life. There could be someone out there that just needs to pay their bills or just needs to buy milk, and you can do that for them. You can get them in this matrix. We can run together. If all of us just if everyone put in 2, we can get the dings will start going off, and you're going to start helping each other. We can all work together. And when everyone's climbing the ladder together, that's when it gets fun. That's when the action, when I first jumped in here and we were all doing it together, that's when it's fun, is when you do it in momentum. And we can help each other too. If you have someone that you need to put in a team chat, just talk to your upline and then you can help each other. Like if you can't do it right, then you can help someone else sign up. And so that's what I've been doing. And so, because I'm not an expert in crypto, and you don't have to be either. That's one thing I want people to know, because there's a lot of people out there that are just looking for something, but they don't know what it is. And so you can be the one that gives them hope and shares with them. So it's been fun for me. I've been loving it. And so I'm excited to not have to go back to a 9-to-5 and not have to clock in anywhere. We can just go show up and be there. So let's go. That's my story.
I love it, Christy.
I appreciate you, Christy. These are my girls, y'all. These is my A1s. These ladies are some women that I look up to in every aspect of my life. Just so you guys know a little bit about my background with Monique. We started out in the very same network marketing company. I was 19 the first time I encountered this woman on social media. And I just, she was one of the people that I learned from her example. And what she doesn't realize is, and I haven't told her this until I'm telling you guys right now, okay? But what she doesn't realize is that Monique, when she decided to come back on social media, she reached out to me and we had a conversation. And, life sometimes will beat you down, and you forget who you are. And another one of my friends on here is King Key. You can see him in the chat. But one of the best, I always used to say that the way you tell people you love them is you learn the song of their heart and you sing it to them every time that they forget. And so, Monique, when she decided that she wanted to be brave enough to come back on social media, and, guys, going through financial situations, especially when you're a public figure and you're in a position one day and then all of a sudden situations and circumstances change, and it's like, it's not like you did anything wrong, it's just life happened. It really tears you down subconsciously. And, Monique had taught me so much just by leading by example. And she had taught me so much by the way that she was there for people and the way that she showed up. And I remember thinking she was so beautiful and glamorous and smart. And I just wanted to be like her. And I looked up to her, and all the things that I learned from Monique, I was able to reteach her. And Jermaine, the same thing. And I want you guys to understand that, like, the power of having an ecosystem of individuals who can remind you of who you are when you're up or when you're down, who can help you get back into flow state, who can help you, stay focused and not get distracted. It's so powerful. And one of the things that we're really making a shift in as a unit of individuals is that we are going from a place and position of competition and place of lack of knowledge and a place of looking at your person next to you and not feeling like there's enough, to an ecosystem of individuals who are going to help self-perpetuate this opportunity together. Why? Because everybody needs what we have have to offer. I took a year off after our last run, and I focused on figuring out how to master every single one of my methods. And I spent time learning where I did wrong and where I did right and how I could do better. And in that time, there are people that fell off and there are people that stayed by my side and stayed in consistency, and Monique and Christy and Jermaine. And I just met Selena, but let me tell you something. I know that woman is never going to leave my side ever a day in my life. I can count on her to answer the phone. It doesn't matter what time of night. And these are the type of people I was like, you know what? I want to pour it all in. But the way the matrix works is our community of individuals is what accelerates us to the next chapter. So Monique, if you could do me a favor and give me host on, actually not on this one, let me get I'm going to add my computer to the call really quick, guys. So just give me 1 second, drop some fire in the chat if you were excited and fired up after hearing those amazing stories. And I'm going to go ahead and get my computer on here and then pull up a very brief, very not perfect, but going to inspire the heck out of you presentation that I have prepared for you guys to help you understand a little bit about things that I do to help myself grow through the phases of financial literacy that I face every day. So really quick, I'm joining with my computer Mo, and if you could make that one, admit it, and then make it host so I can share the screen, I would appreciate it.
Of course, sis. Hold on just a second. It says joining. Okay.
Okay, let me see if I'm okay.
Did I do the right one, Megan? Just let me know. Yep.
Megan, I don't know if you're speaking. I think I hear you from the other room, but we can't hear you on here. I don't know if anyone else can.
Oh my goodness. Can you guys hear me?
Now we can. Now we can.
Yeah, you were muted for about 5 minutes.
The whole time, yeah.
I'm over here like teaching y'all beta now, better later. So that was one of those bloopers that I was passionately yelling at the computer screen and none of you guys could hear me. How funny.
I hear her
Oh my
from the
goodness.
like, I don't hear it here.
Yeah. Okay, guys, hold on. Waiting for the internet. If I didn't have 700 windows open and live in the middle of the country, this wouldn't be a problem. Just give me 1 second. I opened it and then closed it again. What I was saying though is and it's so funny this happened. So I was saying how, I put together a presentation for you guys, and it's going to be a guideline of my thoughts and the things that I've done to self-influence myself into new decisions. Because, the thing is that I don't care who you are. Cryptocurrency is an uncharted territory for many, many people. You can tell me you're an expert. I'll prove that you're wrong. Because there is so much and it's being changed and elevated and expanded every day. And so, yes, you can have experience. Yes, you can be an OG, but even the OGs are learning that they're having to come in and relearn. And so I want you to understand when it comes into territories like smart contracts, where it is more familiar, where we have consistency in what behaviors we see in an algorithm, where we can understand what's happening. And I know some of you guys, wonder like what happens with spillover payments and stuff like that. We'll be explaining the matrix a little bit more tomorrow and especially Tuesday. But right now I really want to focus on the things that are going to help you build success here right now over the next few days. We have specifically scheduled scheduled the actual launch call of the 90-day power play on Tuesday, right? The launch call that we're doing. This is a prerequisite. Tomorrow's a prerequisite. But the reason why we're giving it a week, 7 days to actually get ready to launch is because I know that these thought processes, once you guys get time and we're planting these seeds in your subconscious minds and these stories in your subconscious mind, so you can find a point of relation. Because let me tell you something, success is accessible to every single mind. There is not one person. Hold on, family. Let me make sure we're mute. Selena Action Jackson. Oh, I'm trying to mute on my freaking
I'm so
phone.
sorry.
You're okay, sweetie. I just have really bad ADHD also. When it comes to attention span, I've got about 5 seconds of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this, but I want you guys to understand something. Consistency is the first word that I put on here. And the reason being is because when you come to a place and position in your life where you decide that you're going to shift everything, you have to show up for yourself. But I want to encourage you, because sometimes we think about this, we live in America where everything is so fast paced, God can't even keep up. Literally, that's why there's so much chaos going on, because God's like, what the heck are you guys doing? Why are you moving so fast? And when you slow down and you take deliberate, conscious actions, even if it's 15 minutes, guys, every day of deliberate, conscious actions, you are planting seeds. You are planting seeds in your reality that are soon going to manifest fully into what it is that you divinely are instructing to enter your life. And people, they talk about manifestation. They talk about manifestation, but what they don't talk about is the truth about what creates a manifested reality in front of you. We say manifestation, that's something that sounds like a practice or something in the distance. But let me tell you something. Faith, I want you to write this in the chat. So get your fingers ready. Okay. Faith plus obedient action. Faith plus obedient action equals manifestation. Now, manifestation is an action word. Manifestation means the materialization of what it is that you are attracting or demanding enters your life. I want to know who is going to demand that abundance enters their life today. Why? Because you have dominion over whatever it is that you wish to bring into your life. And it is called to you by one thing and one thing only, and that is being in a state of consistency. And so right here, right now, before I even give you access to any other information, I need you to say, I commit in the chat. I commit to 90 days of consistency. I don't need your year. I don't need 6 months. I don't need your birthday, unless I might need your birthday. I'm not gonna lie. Some of y'all might be born. I know I'm born and I'm gonna be giving up my birthday to my consistency. Hopefully we're going to be at a convention on that day and I'll be partying with every single one of you over our new 100K that we just ran up in this power play. Okay. But I need to know right now, before I continue, before I give you any other information aside from this word, that I need to say it. I am committed. I am committed to consistency. Because if you guys can do, they say, Earl Nightingale, Think and Grow Rich, he says, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And what that means is that if you are in a state where you're down and you're crying and your light just got turned off, and you're still like, you know what, God's going to provide, or I'm going to take care of this I'm going to work this opportunity, and you sit down for 15 to 20 minutes, I can guarantee you that progressive realization of a worthy ideal is going to get you those dings in your and deposited into your cash app, cashed out, and light bill paid. I promise you, because I know, because I'm doing it over here. Y'all think we are investing back into this every single cent that we make. Why? Because I know that consistency pays me. And so I want you guys to commit to 90 days of a progressive realization, 90 days of consistency. Consistency is the key, and that key unlocks wealth and abundance. So this is a 90-day power play. Now, a 90-day power play, what does that represent? I'm a football player. Some of y'all may or may not know this. Maybe I'll be dramatic and post a picture of me in my pads tomorrow so you guys can see how unbelievably crazy I am. Okay. But I was a victim of domestic violence. And so I decided that after I beat all the women in flag football and tackle football, that I was going to go play men's tackle football. And that was how I took my power back. I take my power back a little different than I know most people do. Okay. But just bear with me. So a power play in football is a trick play. And it's literally something that you have the best players on your team, You know exactly the type of defense that your defensive team is running, and you know exactly who you're going to get it to, and it works every single time. It's a power play. That power play works every single time. And the reason a power play works every single time is because of something called habits. And I want you guys to understand that when we do this 90-day power play, the things that you guys will be doing every single day, your income producing activities, your daily methods of operation, the behaviors and traits that we are teaching you to adapt to, are that of our own consistent behaviors, our own consistent power plays that do what? They produce income. And they do 2, they build character. They do what? 3, they build relationships. I have been, some of my best friends, I just told you about Monique, Christy, Jermaine, all of these people I met through internet marketing, through internet business building, through any type of online income producing activity. Those things brought me to the highest level contacts I've ever reached. And they've given me more opportunity than I ever thought was possible. And so this 90-day power play is you saying that I commit. Let me see if I missed a slide, because I better not have missed a slide. Boop, 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 boop. I commit to 90 days of me. I want you to say, I commit to 90 days of me in the chat. I can commit to 90 days of me. And the reason I say this is because I am a mama. I have a 7-year-old son. And when I started network marketing, when I started internet marketing, when I was building online, I made my first 5 figures, my first 6 figures. I earned myself a brand new Mercedes Benz, was paying for a mansion, doing all the things that, you know, you're supposed to do when you're a street kid and you come up, all that I knew how to do, right? As far as I could see in my horizon, I went there. Okay. But let me tell you something. I didn't do it for me. I did it for my son. I did it because of a state of survival. I did it because I wanted to give my son a lifestyle that I never had given to me. And I didn't want to have to ever rely on anybody. And I want to tell you, I'm about to give you a key, you guys. I want you to pay attention, because I'm about to break something off of some of you guys, because this was my disconnect to being able to earn income long-term. Okay. It was because I came to a place where I had to realize that I had achieved every dream that I had for myself, and I still wasn't happy. I had made the millions. I had the mansion. I had the husband. I had the cars. I had my child who was healthy. He had learned a significant amount of things that he probably never would have learned. He'd gone on 62 flights by the time he was 3.5 years old, traveled all over the place, right? I was so proud of that. But when I got there, I realized that the reason why I couldn't break through that multiple 7-figure threshold, and the reason why I couldn't attract new patterns of success into my life, was because I was trying to build in a state of survival. I was moving into a state of wealth so that I didn't have to rely on anybody. When in my heart, my deepest wish was to have an ecosystem of people that I could rely on at any time. You know what? If I needed $20 right now, and I texted Monique or Christy and I said, I need $20, my card's shut off, I'm at the gas station, we're about to be stranded, if I don't get it, they're going to cash at me with no questions asked. Why? Because that is my family now. But I had to, in 2017, I broke something off of me. I was brave enough to redream. I was brave enough to move out of lack and scarcity. I was brave enough to step out of alignment of survival and step into a state where I decided I wanted to thrive. I wanted to have healthy relationships. I wanted to have an ecosystem of people who collaborated with me, right? These are multiple different avenues of wealth building. There's family capital, social capital, navigational capital, aspirational capital, cultural capital, community cultural capital, linguistic capital. Okay. These are all the different types of capital in wealth. But let me tell you something, community cultural wealth, it's the middle. It's what holds everything together. And so we are laying our foundation today. As a community, the 23 of us, we are the seed. We are the start. Tomorrow, there's going to be even more. Okay. But we are the seed, and we are the start of community cultural wealth. Why? Because we have an ecosystem that can rely on each other. We start here at this point and we're moving forward. And I want you guys to say today that I commit to my community. So first you committed to yourself, you committed to consistency, and now I commit to my community. Because with community, you can reach things that you could have never reached by yourself. And let me tell you something, the only reason why I couldn't break the ceiling of multiple 7 figures, I wanted to be it's called a decamillionaire. I wanted to be a decamillionaire so bad. I was 24. I was like, I want to make 10 million. I could not get there. And it was because I wasn't willing to build community cultural wealth. And so now that I have gone through the process of healing, which over the 90 days we'll be bringing special teachers in and people to help you as you develop your wealth mindset. And they're going to help you with healing those generational agreements. Because let me tell you something, my family is in alignment with poverty. And I had to break that off in my family. And let me tell you something, there are people in your life right now who, as you come up, they're going to look at you and they're going to speak things into you that are negative, not because they're being malicious, but because they don't know any better, because they're looking at you and your situation and your circumstance. All right. And they're saying, you came from exactly where I did. So who are you to think that you can do that? Right. But it's good because guess what? Your light is convicting their state. And it's hard to be the black sheep. In this state, I'm the Midas sheep. Okay. Everything I touch turns to gold. My siblings, my mom, my dad, they didn't understand it. I didn't talk to my mom. I wouldn't recommend this to any of you guys, but I didn't talk to my mom. I couldn't talk to my mom after being healed relationship, fresh out of foster care, had my son. Now my mom was talking to me again around my son and my only support for my son. But I had to stop talking to her because she kept speaking death into my expansion. Well, guess what? It wasn't her. It was the generations before her speaking down to me, trying to break off their agreements, their generational agreements. And so this is what you do when you come up to a place where things start to get hard around you as you choose to build a new opportunity or bring wealth and step out of a state of poverty or step out of survival. Okay. You think about it and you write it down. Decide on a target and write it down. We call this in ballet, it was finding your focal point. When you would spin on your toe, if you didn't have your eyes set straight, you would get dizzy and then you throw up. All right. And let me tell you something, entrepreneurship, being self-guided and wealth investor, cryptocurrency, it's going to take you for a ride, honey, but you can hit that beautiful spin if you just find yourself a focal point. And so right now, I want you guys to find your focal point, decide what your target is and write it down. We're going to go a little bit more into the self-wealth blueprint tomorrow, which I will help you define your desire and talk about your sacrifice. Okay. But for right now, I want you to think about it, decide on a target, write it down. Number 2, feed your ego. Now, so many people, even hearing the word ego, we get so defensive. We're like, God, why is people saying I have an ego? I don't got no ego. No. Let me tell you something. Your ego is your best friend. Why? Because that's your street smarts, honey. That's your instincts. That's your intuition. That's your life's experiences and the things that you've learned, teaching you which way to go. And so many times as a spiritual person or a person who follows God or someone who's just on their own journey, it's like, if someone says anything about your ego, you're like in so defense. But let me tell you something, true self, meaning the version of you who is stepping out and you're saying, I'm going to build wealth for my family. I'm going to educate my friends and family. I'm going to make an example of what I wish to see in my children and my children's children, right? When that person partners with ego and ego gets acknowledged and ego is understood, sometimes y'all, I sit down with my little girl. And I say, you know what, honey, I'm so proud of what you have done to get us where we are. And I want you to relax and I'm going to take it from here. And so I want y'all to learn that it's okay for your ego to rise up and say, no, don't do that. Or no, don't pay off that debt. You'll have more money if you just hold it in your bank account or your crypto wallet. Or no, don't do this. But this is all about liberation and breaking those generational curses, those generational agreements. And so your ego is an indicator of places that you need to heal. And this journey to wealth, it takes healing. And so I just wanted to give you that steps. The next thing is say no. Don't let outside distractions get in the way. Now, the devil almost got me in Mark 3 days ago. We had some, and we get some crazy offers across the table just because of the high level of relationships that we're working with. But sometimes the shiny car, sometimes opportunities or people or relationships, the devil is a liar. He's going to bring whatever he is, however it's got a sparkle, honey, he's going to tickle that fancy. Mark says he hates that saying. But you have to learn how to say no and stay focused. And so the first step we said, think about it and ink it, right? That is finding your focal point. Then you got to feed your ego because your ego going to want to get in on whatever y'all decide to do. Okay. You got 2 of you got to talk to. The next thing is learn how to say no to people in your life who are going to try and be energy vampires. Does anybody have an energy vampire where literally it's like every time you get up and try to do something in your life, that person pops up and they're trying to take you out, to go get you a Corona and some lime or you know what it is? I gotta hurry up, y'all. I'm sorry to talking here. Is this good or should I speed it up? Are you guys good? Mark is always gonna say that because he loves me. So Um, but if you guys are doing good, we'll keep going. Okay. So play to win. I feel like it's really important that we get through this because I want us to grow as a unit. Okay. So play to win, practice with a purpose, make it a game. And so entering a state of flow state, it's like, okay, I decided what I want and I'm going to write it down. And then your ego will usually come in with some strategies on how to get it done. So you're going to partner with your ego. You're going to be strategical about your past experiences. You're going to do like, yes, this is what I'm going to do. We call this plan your work and work your plan, right? That's what I say. So the next thing is people are going to start asking you to do something. Say, no, I'm not going to the bar. I'm not watching Netflix. I'm sorry. You can wait. Queen of the South can wait. Okay. King of what is it called? Game of Thrones can wait. The King of the Hill, whatever it's gotta be. I'm not going to judge nobody. All right. But it's got to wait 90 days, baby, 90 days, because I promise you 2 episodes of that King of the Hill or that 2 episodes of that can be a 5, a 6, a 7-figure income in your pocket of 90 days of consistency. That is the truth. I'm speaking it from my experience. Okay. So I want you to understand that you got to practice with a purpose and make it fun. Flow state is an optimal mental state. Please excuse my blurry thing. Okay. But an optimal mental state that elicits energized focus, complete immersion, and total fulfillment while completing a task. It means that you get into a state of being where you're operating with ego, meaning ego's got all, I've been here before. I'm the master at this. I'm in my groove. Guess what? When me and Mo and Michaela and Vita and Christiana and Michaela, the other Michaela, and everybody else who ran with us last time, I promise you, we didn't stop to think about nothing. We were just getting that bag. We were loving on everybody. We were building culture. We were showing up for team calls. We were doing everything at the top of our performance. Why? Because we had reached flow state and we didn't know what was going to happen, but we trusted everything that we knew up until that moment. And that was that the water was clear and blue and cool. And the food, it was sweet. And so we just ran, y'all. And look at where look at where we ended up. Okay. That is flow state. So the biggest first obstacle you're going to deal with is how many of you guys were cryptocurrency experts before you came into this company? I know of maybe 2 of you. Okay, 2 of you. Other people recognize you as that nurse or that firefighter or that doctor or that stay-at-home mommy or that person who did flip their burgers in high school or that person who was on their skate team or that person who did hair in the cheerleading squad. Okay, that's when they know you. Okay, so you may be posting things and you're like, oh my God, this went off for Monique, but why is it not working for me? And the thing is that we have to learn how to change up our audiences. Now, in the 90-day power play, I'm giving you step-by-step instruction on how to do this, but I want you to realize like your success is not needed to be, your lack of success or success should not be taken personally in the first 6 months of building anything. Why? Because you have to identify first who you are when you are in a state of wealth. And then also you have to go through the process of identifying who you wish to attract into your relationship in your financial situation, whatever it is that you may be building. So if people are going through and they're judging you for being you worked at McDonald's or you're a nurse practitioner, and how are you going to know anything about cryptocurrency? That is where third-party validation comes in. Okay. That is where you have people who have created a relationship with the product and service. They actually have a result. This is when you go, and Christy said, put us in a chat with your team. I use my upline, which is Christy, every single day. I put people in a chat with her and she onboards them. And I'm there to help. And if I don't know something, Christy's going to go to the chat. She's going to find that resource. And why? Because it's the same duplicatable process for everything. And if you have someone else's story validating what you're doing, it's called third-party validation. And that pattern and consistency of results from what attracted them in the first place, which could have been your screenshot, you sharing pictures of dings, right? Those things. And then when you showcase a result from someone who's got an even bigger result than you, that third-party validation drills it home. You heard Monique's story. You can't tell me that didn't impact your heart tonight, right? So this is a Fibonacci spiral. Okay. And we just talked about flow state, and we just talked about, when people look at you and they're not willing to accept that there's a new version of you being introduced to them. Well, let me tell you something. What goes up must come down. This thing is the structure of so many different patterns and sequences. And what I want you guys to understand in it today, We started this off with consistency. We started this off with faith plus obedient action equals manifestation. And I want to tell you something. You have some experts who are coming in today that want to be your third-party validation. In my community, we say they want to co-sign you, honey. They want to sign their name on a piece of paper stating, I vouch for this person, which is that Facebook chat, right? And I'm going to bring my validation and my hard work and my investment up until this point. And I'm going to say, I put my badge of approval on you, and I'm on this person's team. And not only are you going to have this person to help you be successful, but you're going to have me and my expertise too. And not only that, y'all, but I pay some really high level people to mentor me. And a lot of your leadership team has invested in coaching. A lot of them are financially literate in so many different ways. Some of them, I mean, Monique's family, they're involved in insurance, life insurance. It's one of the highest levels of financial literacy you could ever attach to. Okay. So when you have these people willing to come behind you and say, I'm going to vouch you, I'm going to help you support, I'm going to help support you, you can lean 100% into that and know that it doesn't matter if it's your mama, auntie, uncle, sister, friend from high school, or ex-boyfriend. We're going to onboard everybody, honey, because there's somebody who can speak to what their questions are. So please use and communicate with your ecosystem. Okay. And know that success leaves clues. And just like I saw those Fibonacci spirals in those last things, this is my chart. This is not my chart, right? But this is a chart. But this is what my charts look like in Forex. And I know that with this Fibonacci spiral overlaying this, what goes up must come down. This spiral signifies, okay? This spiral signifies an area where the market hit once. And then it's showcasing if it hit here, it's going to hit here as well based off of this. So this is like advanced stuff, but I want you to understand that these spirals show up in everything. And just like this, as you're going through flow state, you're going up and down through things in life. Okay. It's going to always come back up. And Monique and me and Michaela and everyone else who came with us from our last run, and they're here right now, we already know what to do. We have already spent the sweat equity. We have already paid our attention. And we want to give you the gift of consistency and a pattern. We want to give you a gift of not having to work through the process of figuring it out like we did. We didn't have leadership. There was no corporation. You guys know a smart contract isn't a company. It's just a corporation, right? But we know the steps that it took to become successful, and we all have different talents. And so together we're going to develop what is called habitual success, because habitual success is where you collect a group of habits and you do those habits every day. And in the 90-day run, you're going to have a step-by-step list of behaviors to do every day. 1 hour. If you cannot, y'all, will you spend 1 hour loving yourself? Will you spend 1 hour making your dreams come true? Will you spend 1 hour building what you want to see, developing your life? Will you give me the commitment? I commit to 1 hour a day for 90 days. I need to know right now who's going to show up for themselves. And I almost want to cry, y'all, because I know that so many people, including myself, don't stop for myself, even just an hour a day. Man, I'm lucky if God gets, I got to go repent. Now, hush, I need you to pray over me, okay? Because I need to go repent, because when was the last time I spent an hour with myself? Okay, I need you to commit to an hour with yourself, because we are going to give you the step-by-step income producing activities. Okay. Income producing activities. We call those IPAs. Type IPA in the chat. Okay. Those are going to become your best friends. You're like, oh, I need to make a bag. Let me go to the income producing activities really quick. And then Miss Monroe going to hand you the bag. Miss Monique going to hand you the bag. Miss Selena going to hand you the bag. Why? Because they give you their knowledge on how they do it. If someone would give me the teach me how to fish, don't give me a fish, teach me how to fish. Why? Because then I can have as many fish as I want. I can gorge myself. Okay. So we're going to unlock habitual success. We're going to identify, modify. And I don't know why this is here, but it says codify, and I don't like it. I borrowed this off the internet, but it's interesting. Okay. So we're going to keep it as a family friend. Let me go back. I didn't mean to be that dramatic. Okay. But first things first, some of the things that you guys are going to have to, and this is the second part of the thing we're going to go tomorrow, but it's a sacrifice. You guys are going to have to identify some habits right now. And for me, I know it's scrolling on Facebook, honey. I'll be looking at my analytics like, ooh, look at all these people liking my viral post, just stroking my ego a little bit. I have to identify where I'm wasting my time, you guys. I got to stop it. I got plans. I got 100K in 90 days to make. Okay. And then you got to modify, adapt your flow of your day. One thing at a time. The 90-day power play, it's not to just decimate everything you've been, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you for people who are smarter than me in the chat giving me vocabulary lessons. I really appreciate it because I would never know if it weren't for you. I think that was Michael. I love you, man. But I want you guys to understand that you have to get to a place and position to where you're like, you know what? When I first wake up, I'm giving myself my hour. When I first wake up, I'm going to yoga flow. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to sit with God. And then I'm going to sit down. I'm going to work my business and I'm going to do this. And no one else gets to talk to me until this is done. Some of you guys, it's going to be waking up 2 hours earlier just to facilitate that schedule. It's going to be going to bed on time instead of staying up too late watching movies. And it's hard to do those things. But let me tell you something, 90 days of those habits in your life is going to change. And I don't know about you, but I can feel it on this call. Some of you guys are in a place and position to where you desperately need it to change right now. I need it now. Write it in the chat. I need it now. Give it permission to come to you now. And it comes to you now by cutting out some things that are wasting your time. Identifying, modify, and codify. I'm going to literally bust the top off this call, y'all. I'm going to bust the top off this call because I need you guys to get what I'm saying. And this is how you do it, okay? The last part of the lesson you're going to learn tomorrow. There's one missing that I haven't revealed to you yet, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Purely, it's a surprise, okay? But the last part of that thing we're going to talk about tomorrow is plan your work and work your plan. Now, there is a habitual loop, meaning that you are consciously or that you are unconsciously doing things that create, that's called your subconscious mind, or we call it no mind or God or source, right? It's that part of you that's working with the world and it's figuring stuff out. And then also, have you guys ever just like found something and you knew it was lost forever, but it came like right at the perfect time? Or you just instinctively knew how to get to this location without a map just because your spidey senses, all right? Your habitual loop, things that are familiar with you, that is unconscious. That is you with your behaviors that you have created. But I want you to create on this 90 days a new habitual loop by coming into a state of a deliberate loop of actions that create systematic ascension. Let me tell you something. This country is built on systematic oppression. This country is built on systematic dissension. It's about dueling your senses. It's about making sure that you don't have access to the resources, right, that you need in order to get yourself in a place and position of success, a place and position of abundance, and a place and position of building wealth. And what I want to tell you today is that systematic ascension is how you fully liberate, how you fully accentuate, and how you fully expand your capacity, which means that you expand your capability. So I want to know who is committed. I am committed to deliberate habits, to developing deliberate habits over the next 90 days. Now, let me tell you something about a person who does the last commitments that we just did as a group, right? And you step into an ecosystem. And I want to cry when I say this because my ecosystem for the last 7 years was Jermaine. I don't know if Jermaine's still on the call, but it was me and him. And we were like those two kids at the skate park. And one would skate forward and then the other one would get pulled forward like a rocket. And we would just keep pulling each other forward and pulling each other forward as we skated forward. That was how we built each other in entrepreneurship. And so you guys are so lucky because I'm looking down at 21 people. Okay, not 2, but 21 people who are sitting here ready to be committed to themselves, committed and ready to be in alignment with consistency, committed and ready to 90 days of habitual success. And they all are coming into the same place. Now, doesn't that sound like something that's pretty badass?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't that sound like something that is a once in a lifetime thing? Doesn't that sound like something that we're in the matrix when each and every one of us are putting in the work? It's a bunch of money for everyone involved, for all of us that show up and do our income producing activities every day, that support the community every day, that make sure that we run up our bag every day, that we're going in and getting our education so we can rock our new credit scores every day, right? To show proof of what the bot's doing in our life every day. And as we do these things, everyone in our ecosystem is like a gear and a clock keeping perfect time. And abundance never stops. Okay. It's abundance time. Okay. Did you guys get, you guys are a little quiet. I don't know if you just got what I said, but right now it's call number one. We have 3 different leaders, actually 4 different leaders whose teams are not even here yet. There's 22 of you. This isn't even the full capacity of the people who are about to come into alignment with this run. And we are all in the same lineage, meaning we are all going to get paid. So would you rather stay dormant as a community and all of us not get paid? Or would you rather have a freaking abundance party for 90 days? I commit to a 90-day abundance party. I need to see it in the chat. I commit to a 90-day abundance party. Why? Because guess what? Joe and guys, tell me why this looks like Ed Sheeran. Okay, Joe and Ed Sheeran and Emily and Leroy and Topanga and Lucy. She looks like a Lucy, guys. Every single one of us are locked in, and we are building a profile of individual franchises. Each one of you are building yourself up as a franchise. Why? Because now you are a wealth coach. Now every person that touches you not only can make money off of this, the minute you guys help somebody onboard someone into this contract, getting a MetaMask wallet, buying cryptocurrency for the first time, you gave them a life-changing in. You gave them something that they could not get anywhere else. You were obedient. Why? Because the dollar is depreciating at 5% per month. It is literally dying in their bank account. And you just gave them access to an appreciating asset, something that grows in value every single day. You already are a wealth coach just by onboarding someone. Not only that, but then you become a realtor. Why? Because when they sign up with a level 1, they are purchasing their first property on the blockchain, a property that can make them rents over and over and over and over again. Now that they've unlocked that and they've logged into their back office and they now have access to all of the information about credit repair, they own an apartment complex in our abundant, ever moving system, right? You have 3 streams of courses, 3 streams of education. You are a wealth coach. Each of you is turning into an individual franchise. And the more that you walk up the ladder of LXP, the more you elevate yourself into a situation and circumstance of becoming an expert. And that is something that no one can take away from you. And when your children are learning about financial literacy in these areas, are you going to have better information to give them? I think so. Does it sound like you are going to have better information? Because I think it does. Now, I don't know if this is last but not least, but I think we're getting close, guys. Okay, so culture, and I am not even sorry. Actually, I was going to say sorry, but I am not even sorry for taking this long because this is value. I'm inspiring myself, okay? You guys inspire me. I'm watching this
Meaghan,
chat.
there is so much value. Keep going, sis.
Okay, well, we got culture next. And y'all know this is my favorite part. Why? And this makes me want to cry. Because every single one of you is a color of this rainbow. And every single one of you, and you guys have heard me do my bank code speech all the time, BANK, blueprint, action, nurture, knowledge. Every single one of you guys has a different type of personality. You know what? Christy is my A-type personality. She's my red type personality. She wants to run all day long. She will go, 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 go. Give her framework. She gonna run. Okay. Mark is my blueprint personality. My husband's sitting right next to me. He's my blueprint personality. He's got the framework. He's going to find everything about how to make that system work, that systematic ascension we talking about. He is that blue personality, that blueprint personality. You got Monique. She's your nurture personality. Monique is an A. She's got a lot of action in her, but she wants to love you through it, honey. She's going to lean in. She's going to be your friend. She's die hard. She will show up for you, and she's going to spend that extra 10 to 20 minutes on the phone. We had a Holy Ghost laugh the other day, you guys. We was laughing so hard. The devil had us cracked up for a month. We were so confused, but we sat there, and you know what we did, y'all? We literally laughed for 15 minutes. It was so good because we were just like, you know what? The devil has no power over us. That's literally what happened. We brought heaven down over some drama, and we laughed our butt off. And here we are kicking butt with every single one of you about to benefit. And I'm proud of us, Monique, because look at what we are doing, right? And then we got Michaela Gilbert, the most nurturing, loving person. But guess what? She's all knowledge. That girl's going to learn what she's got to do. She'll duplicate that knowledge. She's going to bring that information. She put together your guys' chat that has all that info. Okay, so I'm just giving you some prime examples of the different types of people that make an ecosystem rock, right? Because some of y'all, there is some of you guys shaking in your boots right now, like, don't make me do a presentation, like shaking in your boots. I couldn't call on you like I did Christy in 15 seconds. I texted Christy. I said, Christy, will you speak for a second? I need to finish my little slideshow. She's like, okay. And she came and spoke. Drop of a hat. Selena, she ain't even get no notice because I knew she always ready. It's Action Jackson. You can count on her to show up. That's the A-type personality, right? But she's also a nurture. And Christy's a nurture. And they're going to show up and love you on the back end. Now, some of you guys may be automation. Some of you guys are culture creation, meaning that you show up and validate people in the group chat. Some of you guys have graphic design skills, right? Some of you are spiritual teachers. You're going to be able to go in there and see when someone's hurting and talk them through a tough day. Okay. Without us all showing up in our community, meaning our group chats and soon to be our team page, we're going to welcome everyone. We're going to show them that they're so appreciated. We're going to ask them what they want to do and how they want to fit in. And everyone gets a job. Okay. Everyone gets a job. It can't just be 10 leaders running and everyone being disappointed that those leaders are burnt out or whatever. As you come in, you need to be like, I'm going to be a leader, whether it's I'm going to lead myself and be resourceful, or I'm going to show up every day and help be a part of the culture. I'm going to say hello, good morning in the chat every day. Why? Because let me tell you something. That's how you create your best friends. I'm going to tell you right now, Monique, Christy, Selena, I don't know who else we got Troy on here. You guys know the drill. You wake up, what do? You say good morning in the chat. Why? Because what does that do? That sets a seed. That sets a seed in your spirit that says, I am intentional about my progressive realization today that this business is a worthy ideal. When you do something as simple as saying, hey, good morning in the chat, it reconnects all those soul ties with every person that you've come connected to here. And it reconnects that soul tie with your mission and your dream and your reason why. So you show up and you say, good morning, grand rising, wealthy wake up, rich rising, whatever cadence you wish to go off about. But just like this picture is full of diversity of people all around the world, we got people all around the world on this call. And every single one of you is a valuable addition. And guess what? With all of us here representing this different culture and this diversity and being ourselves and bringing our loud selves or our quiet selves or our book smart selves or our crypto selves or whatever it is that we have to contribute, okay? You bring value and you bring a dynamic to this space that no other team of people has. And when we come together, we create a super community of people who always feel like they fit in. Why? Because everybody's being authentic and showing up as themselves. And so everyone has a place. And if you don't have a place yet, you make your own. And I promise you, the team is going to start attracting more people like you because they've learned the likeness of you and your unique self. So please know that everybody has a place here. I know some of you guys are like, well, I don't have skills. I got to stop and take a drink. Hold on.
It says food and drink right on it.
Food and drink. Okay. Let me tell you something. Network marketers will teach you how to eat because they have so many wealthy freaking meals. These people will teach you how to eat every single time. Okay. So like me and Mark are dealing with a multi-billion-dollar contract right now. I guess is language. Okay. And I am the one that's the specialist at working these type of deals. Mark has never brokered a deal in his life to this capacity. But he's the one that speaks Portuguese, right? Even though I'm Brazilian, it's sad. And so we are working this contract. And guess what? I had to trust Mark because he was the one that can communicate to the client. And I told him what to say and he was translating it to me. And I said, no, Mark. I said, you listen, don't worry about sharing with me. I trust you. You've got this, right? And he killed it. Now they're best friends. We've got plans to go to Brazil after our contracts go through. And he got to expand himself into a new state of wealth because he got expanded into a new state of likeness. And that's what the type of leaders on this team can give you. Because guess what? Monique did earn $500,000, $500,000. $500,000, you guys. You can see it public record on the blockchain. Okay? In 3 months, I was there. I got paid too because of her doing that. Okay. Thank God for the ecosystem. How many of you guys could use even a quarter of $500,000? And Monique had no previous qualification. She knew nothing about cryptocurrency. But she got into a place where the culture and the community was willing to contribute what little they did know and what little they did have, right? And look what we were able to create. So every single one of you has something to offer this community. Every single one of you has something that you can bring in and aid, and be willing to suggest those additions, be willing to volunteer, be willing to host a call, be willing to reach down into your downline, right? Be willing to reach down into your downline and say, I'm here and I want to support you in any way I can. And you know what the best way, and I'm going to end with this, the best way to serve your next level is, if you don't know the answer, immediately go grab another person in your ecosystem who has that answer, and be willing to edify that leader and let them be the expert, because that creates a bond between the team where we start to flow. I play defense, you guys. I'm a defensive coordinator on a tackle football team, and I knew how to make my defense flow. And when I knew that my corner had anything that came off the edges, I could be dirty as I needed to be up that middle, right? I could be as hard as I needed to hit up that middle to get to whatever play I was trying to stop, because I knew that my corner had anything that went to the outside. And I want you guys to understand that right now, when each of us show up, because we all just committed, didn't we? Say, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm going to be printing these chats, so I'm going to see which one of you guys. I'm locked in to the 90-day power play. I'm locked in. Okay, you're not giving up your spot. You're showing up and you're going to play that defensive position. You're going to bring what you have to bring, and you're going to do it with your whole heart. Let's go. All right, let's go. That is it. That's all I got. That's all I brought. Okay, but I'm locked in. Me, Meaghan Monroe, have full pledge in front of you, all you 22, that we are launching the 90-day power play on the 22nd of February on 2022. In the midst of a global pandemic, we are going to shake the generational curses of poverty off of our family and our lineage, and we are going to march headfirst in this year. And we are going to do what we said we are going to do. We are going to follow the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. We are going to commit to consistency. We're going to commit to our hour for ourselves every single day. And we are going to do what we said we are going to do. And I want to say thank you, Monique, for hosting this call. You are always an amazing leader, always showing up, consistency. I literally just, I praise you, Queen. I'm so privileged to be your friend. I'm so privileged to be someone you call your confidant. You know, Selena, Christy, thank you so much for just being here for me and all of my craziness, no matter what. You guys, when you can stand on the shoulders of giants like Selena and Christy, okay, these women are always there silently in my corner with wisdom. They show up for me, and I want you to know that everything that I built for you, Michaela, everybody, they're standing there solid as can be, and they're here to show up for each and every one of us. Know that the leadership on this team is unmatched. There is nobody else that you're going to be able to come into contact with than the leaders in this group, because we lean in, we're going hard, and we are in the trenches with you. And so I'm gonna go put my boots on, because I'm about to get dirty up in here. I'm gonna get running up that middle in this bag season. Can you type it's bag season? I know that's a little extra, but we're gonna type it's bag season in the chat, because that's how I wish to end out this call. I see Vita just jumped in. Hi, Queen. 10 toes down. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. I want you guys to go blow up the team chat right now. If you're in Crypto Prosperity, just go blast some flames. Go blast some flames in that group chat right now. I'll let everybody know that they're missing out on the fire, and get them hyped up. Get them hyped up for the call tomorrow, so they won't miss it, because they don't want to miss out on how good we're feeling right now. And I'm going to go ahead. Last thing I'm going to do, 90-day power play starts now. And I'm going to put some boom booms and some flames and some rocket ships on my page on Facebook. And I want you guys to go to my page right now. And I just posted, I want you to go blow up the fire in that chat. I want people to be curious. I want people to be curious about what it is that we're going to be doing, because they're going to see this team popping off. Every single one of your names about to be in that. Every single one of your names about to be on that leaderboard. Okay, go find that post on my Facebook and go put some flames. Go put some flames in that thing. And I'm going to end this call. Is there anything you wish to say, Monique, before we get done here?
Thank you so much, Meaghan. Oh my God, girl, I needed this call. You was speaking to me, my love language, all the things. You got me fired up and motivated. I don't know how anybody that wasn't listening to this call is not excited about this 90-day run and the wealth that's to come. And, you know, leaning into all this knowledge. I mean, every leader in this group is bringing some powerful value, you guys. And I just want to say thank you so much, Meaghan. I appreciate you, sis. I love you. You're absolutely amazing. Send me back the host so that way I can stop recording, and then I can save this so that way I can post it, because everybody's going to need to listen to this.
Okay, Queen, I'll make you host right now. Yeah, guys. And we're actually starting a 90-day power play YouTube channel. So we're going to upload all of these recordings onto the YouTube channel. And that way you can actually tag people on the YouTube channel so they can watch the replay, so that, because you guys, so the reason why we're giving the 90-day power play 7 days of pre-launch is so you guys actually have time to get those people who you haven't got in yet in. I don't think anybody with their right mind is going to watch this video and want to miss out on this opportunity. And I'm just getting started, and the girls, you know, the other leaders are just getting started. They haven't even shared yet. And we've got, you know, they literally blockchain proof, like millionaires, you know, that came out of this last run, and we're bringing that same heat to this one. So I want you guys to understand right now, you know, we are not here to play, and this will be available for you guys there, and it will be available for you guys in the link chat as a recording after this. Okay, so the call tomorrow, we'll give you guys details in the group chat, but right now I think we have to confirm the time for tomorrow, and I believe it's going to be around 8:30 p.m. EST. Okay, guys, so thank you everyone for coming. I'm going to go ahead. Oh wait, Mo, did I
got it.
Okay, go ahead, Queen.
Okay, thank you everybody for hopping on. Love and light this Sunday. Be blessed. We'll see you on tomorrow, like Meaghan was saying. And drop in the chat before you hop off a bunch of fire emojis that you are excited for what's to come. I want to see them fire emojis. If you ain't excited, you better get excited, because this is a wealth transfer that's going to be popping off. Throw the fire in the chat, hopping off. Love and light, and I will get this recording up and posted. Happy Sunday, everybody.